we learned about our first inhabitants. At around 35,000 years before present time, a tribe of 35 Cro-Magnon started a journey across Thuringia. It took them 30 to 50 generations to cross Thuringia. Thuringia used to be covered by the ocean, and it was covered again. They continued to travel throughout North America.
After crossing Thuringia, the hunters camped near the Arctic Circle. The swans, geese, and ducks fly south in their breeding grounds. The bison, horses, caribou, and mammoth follow. It becomes harder and harder to find game. The hunters decide to copy the birds and bees and to go southward into the U.S.
12,000 years before present time, Clovis hunters. One of the things Clovis hunters are known for are Clovis points, which may have been the first American invention. They are about 4 to 5 inches and almost perfectly symmetrical. They are also quite sharp. Clovis hunters also minimize risks in mammoth hunting. They chased the animals into a deep gully or marsh so it was hard to move. They might have used a spear thrower or atlatl to serve from afar.
11,000 years ago, all the mammoths were extinct. There was another species called bison. Bison provided the hunters with meat, clothing, shelter, fuel, tools, and weapons. They used the jump method and chased the bison off a cliff to their death. Then, between 12,000 and 6,000 years ago, more than 100 species of mammals were extinct. All but one species of bison survived. We don't know how all these species died. Was it the jump method or was it the climate? But all of this was important changes to prehistoric American life.
The archaic Americans lived from 6,000 years before present to 4,000 years before present. In the summer, they built brush shelters to escape the heat. They also looked for roots and seeds to eat. In the fall, they gathered lots of nuts and berries to eat in the winter. When it starts to become winter, they dig large pits in the ground and cover them up with sticks and leaves. Then they stay there for the winter. When it becomes the spring again, they will migrate with their dogs as shown on there.
They lived in the western deserts, California, the Great Plains east of the Rockies, the forests east of the plains, the Atlantic seacoast, and in the northwest. All of them lived very different lives.
Archaic Americans ate foods such as salmon, seal fat, birds, fish, venison, and bear. Also a large variety of fruits and veggies. They also ate halibut, rabbit, seals, otter, acorns, buffalo, turkey, squirrel, nuts, and shellfish.
Most of the clothing archaic Americans wore were robes or blankets. Most of their clothing was made from animal skins. They were also very skilled at making boats, which was good for transporting goods across long bodies of water. The archaic Americans also had a special technique for hunting rabbits. Several archaic American tribes would come together and weave a big net. People from the tribes would beat clubs and sticks on the ground and scare the rabbits out of their burrows. They would run straight into the net. Then they would spear them, skin them, cook them, and then eat them.
In the Northwest, the archaic Americans would the archaic Americans woodworkers built large rectangular houses out of cedar. They also They used cedar bark to weave blankets, walls, and floor.
The first American farmers lived around 1200 to 1500 years before present time. They had two tribes, the Anasazi and the Hohokam.
The first American farmers started farming in the harsh conditions of the dry stony deserts in the southwest. Work must have been hard without proper dirt. The most successful of the farmers were the Anasazi, also known as the Old Ones. They were very good farmers, and they also built the Anasazi.
The Anasazi are most famous for their pueblos. Their entire village was housed in a single building. They may have started building with stone and adobe because there was not enough wood to house the growing population. Connecting houses made it easier to build because they could use less walls.
The Hohokam people built dams to keep their water away from their land. They used the ditches to carry the water away. The Hohokam people have their own game. It's called Hohokam ball. It's a combination of soccer, basketball, volleyball, and football. They also use acid to etch designs on shells. Thousands of years ago, North Americans learned to farm. They used turkey, rabbit, deer meat, and beans to make stew, and they seasoned it with mint, onion, and lake salt. We think the first American farmers were quite outstanding.
The more we learn about the mound builders, the more amazing they seem. The mound builders lived in 2,000 to 1,000 years before present time. Some of them built communities with populations of tens of thousands of people. The mound builders built the first civilization in Midwestern America.
Sometime around 600 years before present time, the mound builders began building burial mounds. These mounds were used for identical funeral ceremonies. They placed the dead body on the top of a mound and invited scavenging birds to eat the flesh off the bones of the people. They worshipped the birds, and scientists found carvings that could be hawks, eagles, or vultures. In the summer, when the willow trees were largest, the Adena people would harvest the biggest trees and shape them into big canoes. Then they would carve designs in the boats to decorate. Then, when the time came in the autumn, they would float the canoes along the great rivers to visit friends and family in neighboring villages and communities, or to trade goods like fur, meat, and copper.
The culture was called the Hopewell culture. The culture is named after the Hopewell family. The Hopewell family owned a farm with many mounds. They dug flint out of the ground and sold it for money. The Mississippians created huge states with huge populations, with more than 20,000 people. They made enormous temple mounds as big as a lot of pyramids in Egypt and Mexico.
The earliest Americans weren't so primitive. They evolved to have pretty sophisticated and impressive cultures. Let us give thanks for our earliest inhabitants for paving the way for us.